I sort of think, I'm just kind of sick of identity politics. I really am. I voted against.
You know what I'm sick of? What I'm sick of is cowardice men. I am. And I've had to watch it, especially the last 10 years. A bunch of men running around saying you have to honor our rights as women, okay? While watching the stupid women's movement that I've never supported because it's run by men, say that they're the same as me being a biological woman. That was bad enough. Then to see all these cowardice men, and this is coward, and most people, especially women, will be like, well, Tucker is right. He is right. We should, because he goes on in this clip to say that he's more afraid of the drug cartels here than he is of the mullahs in Iran. No, Tucker, just be honest, okay? You all of your group, you're a network. It was shown in the JFK files how these networks work. Okay, that's the reason they didn't want the JFK files out, because then you would know how these networks work. And when you do get a grassroots movement like MAGA, you will get infiltrators in it. They will act like you. They will pretend they are about your cause. They will run for office. They will get in office, okay? And then they will do everything to hurt your cause while they get on the news and say something else. And Tucker knows this history. He knows what he's doing. If he wants to show that he wants to be a pussy, then go ahead. I know I've used this word many times, and I'm sorry again for being vulgar, but it's just the root of it, okay? There are, whether people like it or not, there are some things that men are better at, okay? I'm not trying to say, oh, one is more important than the other. No, both are important. Women are important, real women, and real men are important, okay? And real women don't look to other women to protect them. It's the truth. Not when it comes to stuff like Iran. I'm not saying there's not great women in the Air Force and in the Marines, all of that. There is. Okay? But this whole role thing has been being played with for so long. Go back to even G.I. Jane, the movie G.I. Jane with Demi Moore. And, you know, I mean, the women's rights movement loved that stuff. And I'm not saying, yes, okay, that women can't, that women should be kept out of being able to do something. That's not at all what I'm saying. But I'm sick of these type men. I'm sick of them. I'm not saying I want some, you know, misogynist, unhealthy masculinity. I just would like the normal men back. They disappeared. They did. Why? Because of these networks. Okay? And this network has convinced a bunch of people in this country that they were for Trump and that they're against identity politics. Yet at the same time, it's like there's something to be said for real identity politics. I'm talking real identity. That there are some things that women look to men to do because they are better at it. Does that mean I'm putting down women? No, because there are some things that women do way better than men can do. And it's this whole role reversal that's happened, because of the liberal camp, because of the lunatics. And then those lunatics got these new lunatics that came in. They have millions of followers, and they've convinced people that they are MAGA. And it's like, please, you're afraid of drug cartels, Tucker, okay? Like to a woman that's just like, and but he makes it clear at the beginning of this, I don't care what anybody thinks of me. Well, okay, good. But I mean, then when women, because women don't want to say it. That's the thing I don't think people realize. The liberal women are different altogether, okay? Just like, so I'm not talking about them. But conservative women, A lot of them don't want to say it. We don't want to, it's this old, let's not be offensive, that Steve Bannon and Marjorie Taylor Greene and Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens and Dave Smith and the whole bullshit MAGA group there, they expect real women not to call you out. And most real women would just be like, oh, well, I don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. Yeah, so I'm done with that whole stuff. Like, not that I'm out to hurt somebody's feelings, but it's like real women do not want pussy men around. Like, Tucker can spin this all he wants, okay? Iran is the far bigger fear than the drug cartels. Are you kidding me? Iran with a nuke is. Which is why this group, what they're doing is he's going after Mark Levin. Look, I could care less about Mark Levin and Sean Hannity. I just don't. I don't have an opinion either way. They've both been on the news forever. I've never been a big Mark Levin fan just because, I just don't. I mean, I miss Rush Limbaugh. That's about it. The rest of them, forget it. I don't care if they're on Fox, CNN. They're all the same. But, this is what these people do. And so now they're all going after and attacking Sean Hannity and Mark Levin, and that's fine. But I would just tell you this, Tucker, is that you can sit there and say, oh, they're just warmongers, or maybe it's just that they know the danger of Iran having a nuke. And you may think, oh, well, they're getting all upset because they want us to go into war. I don't think that's what they're upset about. It's because Iran continually says there will be a ceasefire. They've done this in the past. And then they continue making their uranium. But Donald Trump has made it clear that that will not go on. They will blow them up again, the uranium sites, if they're doing it. So to continue to have this argument, this isn't about Iran, really. I mean, it is. To people like me, it is, because I've watched this foolishness go on forever and nobody do anything about Iran. And I think most of the people don't do anything about Iran, again, because they want all this continual killing. But this group has a special agenda. This liberal MAGA group, okay, Tucker Carlson, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Dave Smith, they have a special goal that's been at the root of their agenda all along. So they spent a very long time pulling you in. We're one of you, and then they shift, and they've all shifted at the same time. I'm not saying Israel's perfect, okay? I'm not saying, that's not what I'm saying here, but that is what they hate. That is what is at the root of this. Doesn't make their government perfect, okay? The whole Middle East has been a total disaster from day one, okay? But these people, their ultimate goal is wicked. It is, in my opinion, which is why I don't support them, okay? I don't support their lying. They have an agenda. They did it during the 50s and 60s. CIA did it. Intelligence did it. They infiltrate every single movement. Movements I would never support, but they would infiltrate them. They did it with the Black Panthers. They did it with Weather Underground. They've done it in other countries, even in Iran with Eisenhower. Okay? So that's what these people are doing now. And you have to understand what their goal is. Their goal is we don't care if we're men. We're going to look like pussies and carry on about no more forever wars when Donald Trump isn't trying to take anybody into a foreign war, when really what their goal is they want Israel annihilated. They just never can say that. Because no matter what you want to say about all this mess, okay? That is what their goal is. That is why Tucker decided, I'm going to sell out as a man, and I'm going to stand here or sit here in this interview, and I'm going to say I'm more afraid of drug cartels than the mullahs. And he doesn't realize that whole network's all connected. Of course it is. The drug cartels, the terrorist organizations. It's funny how Tucker Carlson doesn't want to say that, but then to me, in my personal experience, real men are honest.